The arena of the Cathari War Academy was carved from black stone and white steel. Light panels glowed high above the circular floor. Hundreds of alien cadets filled the rising seats. Scales shimmered. Feathers shifted. Metal limbs clicked softly against stone. At the center of the arena stood a human girl. Her name was Mara Ionescu. She was small compared to most warriors present. Her brown hair was tied back. She wore a plain grey combat suit with the blue insignia of Earth stitched over her heart. Across from her stood Instructor Threx of the Varkesh Dominion. He was tall and broad. Natural armor covered his shoulders and chest. His single training blade hummed with restrained plasma. His voice echoed across the chamber. No species can dual wield. Translator drones carried the sentence into every known language. A murmur of agreement followed. The rule was ancient. Every major civilization had tested it. 2 primary weapons reduced accuracy. Split focus meant slower reaction. Biology demanded specialization. Threx pointed one claw toward the weapon rack. Cadet, choose your blade. Mara walked to the rack. Long plasma swords rested in magnetic clamps. She picked one up and tested its weight. Then she reached out and picked up a second. Laughter burst from the upper seats. Some cadets made sharp clicking sounds of amusement. A few diplomats leaned forward with sudden interest. Threx's eyes narrowed. The exercise requires 1 weapon, he said. Mara rolled her shoulders once. With respect, instructor, I fight better with 2. Silence fell. Threx raised his blade. Begin. He moved first, fast and direct. His sword cut downward in a heavy arc designed to test her guard and strength. Mara crossed both blades and caught the strike. Sparks flared at the point of contact. The impact rang across the arena. Instead of retreating, she twisted her wrists. One sword locked his blade in place. The other slipped free and tapped lightly against his armored side. A scoring light flashed blue. The arena went. Quiet. Threx stepped back. Surprise flickered across his face. He circled her slowly now, studying. You divide your strength, he said. You divide your mind. Mara shifted her stance. Both swords moved easily in her hands. Humans practiced using both sides, she replied. He attacked again. This time he aimed low, then high, then spun into a horizontal slash. It was a perfect Varkesh sequence. Efficient and overwhelming. Mara moved like flowing water. Her left blade intercepted the low strike. Her right blade snapped up to deflect the high cut. As he spun, she pivoted with him. One sword pressed against his weapon. The other flicked toward his wrist. Second point. A ripple of shock spread through the crowd. Threx increased his speed. Heavy blows rained down in rapid rhythm. He forced her backward across the arena floor. Mara gave ground, but did not panic. Her right sword tightened into small defensive arcs. Her left sword became active and searching. She was not thinking about 2 weapons. She was thinking in patterns. A strike came from her blind side. Without turning her head, she blocked it with her right hand. In the same motion, her left blade thrust forward and marked his chest, 3rd point. The diplomats in the balcony began recording openly now. The old rule was cracking. Threx paused. Explain, Mara breathed evenly. We grow up using 2 hands at once. We type, we play instruments. We train coordination from childhood. Our brains map both sides together. He stared at her stance. She was not tense. Her eyes tracked his center of mass rather than his blade. He lunged again. This time he used deceptive pauses. False starts meant to break timing. For a split second, her left blade reacted. Early, Threx surged forward. Her right sword rose instantly and blocked his strike inches from her face. Her left hand recovered and slid beneath his arm to score cleanly against his torso. Fourth point. The scoring drones chirped confirmation. No one laughed now. Threx deactivated his blade. The humming ceased. He looked at the human girl holding two silent swords. In every simulation, he said slowly, dual wielding reduces efficiency. Maybe your simulations never tested humans, Mara answered. A soft wave of restrained laughter passed through the arena. Threx turned to the audience. For centuries we have taught that one mind directs one weapon, that biology limits coordination. He faced Mara again. Today that assumption has been challenged. The arena lights shifted to acknowledgement blue. Official record mode activated. Cadet Mara Ionescu has demonstrated sustained bilateral combat proficiency against a Varkesh master. He paused. The doctrine stating no species can dual wield is hereby amended. The silence felt heavy. No species except humans. Applause erupted. Not diplomatic. Not polite. Genuine. Mara lowered her swords and returned them to the rack. She bowed slightly. Threx answered with formal Varkesh respect as she stepped away from the arena floor. A young Cathari cadet hurried down from the stands. Human, the cadet said through a nervous translator. Will you teach this method? Mara considered the question. She glanced back at the vast chamber, at the alien faces that had once laughed. It's not about the swords, she said. It's about training your mind to handle more than one stream at once. That sounds impossible, the cadet replied. Mara smiled. That's what people usually say. High above. Earth's ambassador allowed himself a quiet breath of relief. This duel had never been only about combat. It was about perception. Humans were smaller, physically weaker than many species, short-lived compared to others, but they adapted in strange ways. They drove complex machines with hands and feet working together. They processed multiple tasks at once. They argued from two sides of an idea and still moved forward. They held contradictions and made them function in the official archive of the Cathari War Academy. A new entry was recorded that day. Human species demonstrate advanced bilateral coordination under combat stress. Further study recommended. In his private notes, Instructor Threx added one final line. When facing a human, never assume they will choose only one path, because sometimes, when the galaxy insists on one way to fight, a human will calmly take two.